Hi there and welcome to another Parker Adams Boat Sales walkthrough tour. Now today I'm on the Isle of Wight. I'm looking a little bit windswept because we've just done drone videos on what is behind me, which is a Stingher 8 metre. So this is an 800 GT Stingher. It's a 2008 boat powered by a Mercury Verado 300 engine. The performance on this boat is absolutely fantastic. Gives really effortless performance, and it's such a big beefy rib. So I'm just doing a quick walkthrough now. You'll see from the drone video as well that the boat really does push through the water absolutely beautifully. So the sun's setting over here in Bembridge Harbour on the Isle of Wight. So just to run through again, so this is a 2008 Stingher 800 GT. It's got a 400 litre fuel tank which is feeding this Verado 300. In terms of performance, the boat is capable of up to just under 50 knots, so it gives a really stunning performance. But the thing that makes these boats really quite unique is that they're very wide. So what they do is provide an incredibly stable platform for a rib. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go start off at the back and we'll just talk you through some of the features and benefits of this particular rib. Really nice step-ons here from a swimming point of view. You can see you can step onto this extended bathing platform at the stern, and then also what's quite nice about this is that you can get access to the main boat without actually treading on the seats inside. So you've got this really nice side step access here, which then steps into the boat. Now, you will notice that this particular boat isn't actually fitted with seats. It's actually just got these bolsters, which actually I think is really good. If I think back to how I use a rib, I very rarely sit down. And so actually what I tend to do is bolster myself up against seats. So I don't actually think it's a negative not to have seats on here. And you've got a really nice angled footrest in there that you can nestle yourself into and really sort of hunker down to give you really nice support when you're in a big heavy sea. Seating wise, I'll just step on board now. Seating wise, you can see you've got these back-to-back seats. So you could sit at the back here and then you could watch someone skiing. There's not a huge amount of legroom here, so I think it would be you'd be hard pushed to get adults back to back here. But what you can do is you can then kneel on this seat and hold on to this really nice stainless steel rail. So if you kneel down here and then look forward, that's a really nice position to be in, and then people could be behind you. Now, there's no separation on these seats, so I think you can certainly get 4 adults there. Maybe with a squeeze, you might even get 4 adults and a child. It really is very beamy. You've got navigation lights here. They're LED lights. You've got a twin horn, which I can testify is very loud because it scared the hell out of me earlier. And then also there's a little solar trickle charger on the top and an LED steaming light there. There's also a configuration on the back, so you can tow a skier from this. This is detachable, so you can take this metal arch off if you wanted to. Anyone that's watched my Stingher videos before will see that I've talked a lot about the storage in Stinghers because it really is remarkable how much space they get into things. So you can see in this area here, really deep build, lots and lots of space. You'd get, well, probably about 10 paddleboards in there actually, uninflated of course. You've got a transom shower, power steering unit there for the Verado 300. And I mentioned about the transom shower. You've got access to the shower, which is just inside here. And then your fuel fill up is on the side there. Just notice while looking, you've got little LED transom lights as well, which light up that engine well, really beautiful at night. Under this seat, you've got more storage. So the storage goes right the way through there. And quite a nice little design as well is on the top of the bolster. If I lift that up, again, you've got more storage in there. So that's a perfect place in there to put, let's say, emergency things. So you might want to put your flares in there and handheld VHF, anything like that. If I sit on the helm position now and look forward, you've got a nice size plotter. I think that's an 8-inch plotter there. You've got access to the SmartCraft engine dials. Now this engine's done about 640 hours. It's got great service history with it. And it's actually lived over here in Bembridge on the Isle of Wight for its whole life. This is only the second owner from new of this boat. VHF fully working. We call Bembridge Harbour on the way out. Sony radio with a CD player behind it. Again, that works as well. We tested that. And a nice Plastimo offshore compass. All of the Carling switches work. The boat's also fitted with trim tabs. You've got trim tab controls here, you've got trim tabs on the back, but the person that put them in never actually fitted the trim tab pump. So the boat's not advertised with trim tabs, but actually they are on the back and they could be wired up very easily if you wanted to. As with all Mercury Verados, you have the fly-by-wire throttle system, so it's really smooth throttles. You've got the Gen 1 throttle there, which is the chrome throttle, but it's nice to see it's all in really nice condition. And as I mentioned from seeing the pump earlier, you've got a power steering pump on this as well. Let's move forward. Something that's unique to the Stingher range is this massive sun deck here. This really is fantastic. So you can lay out here, get 3 people side by side, children using this area for picnics. It's a really nice space. Underneath this suicide seat, we've got big generous locker space again. Got 2 plastic compartments in there. Put that down and you've got seating on there for another 2 people, possibly even 3 children sitting across. Talking about storage, underneath this locker space here, if I lift this up and then I just twist this up here, this is an enormous locker space. You've got tons and tons of space in here. In fact, that is a paddle board at the bottom there, so you can see just how voluminous this area is. You've got plastic storage units in there already. There's a bucket. You can see how thickly laid up these Stingers are as well. You've got really nice solid materials used for the layup of these boats. I'll just pop that down again. If I move forward, you've then got an additional, just lift this up again here. You've got an additional locker space in here. Now this boat doesn't come with an overall cover, but it does have a console cover. The reason it doesn't have an overall cover is because this boat's actually been in dry storage its entire life. So this boat has always been stored inside that shed over there at Bembridge Boat Storage, and it's never actually been outside apart from when the boat is in use. So there isn't an overall cover. In this locker space, and something I like about the Stingers actually is they've got this arrangement where you can have your bow line attached to the cleat at the front, but then run it down through this hole here, and then inside here you've got your anchor locker. It's nice to see this is padded in here so your anchor doesn't bash around, but you can drop your bow line into here through this little cut through, and it means you don't need to take the actual anchor line off every time. So let's give you a quick overview of the boat here. Gracie is this one's name. Back towards the seating and the setup here. So I'm just going to step back off the boat and thank you all for watching. So this has been another Parker Adams walkthrough tour. This is a Stingher 800 GT. This one's called Gracie, powered by a Mercury Verado 300. And she's a fantastic boat, living here on the Isle of Wight. But if you want to view her, please give us a call. We can even arrange transport. We've come down on a viewing today, and so you can see nestling over here is our Axopar. So this was our transport across to the island today. So thanks to everyone for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got almost 3,000 subscribers now. Hopefully we'll be over that, or this will be slightly out of date shortly. But thanks everyone for watching, and we very much look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks again.